There is a quiet moment that visits every Taurus at least once in their lifetime. A moment so soft, so barely there, that most people would miss it entirely. But you are not most people. You are someone who has spent years building, holding, enduring, and now, something inside you is shifting. Not breaking. Not falling apart. Shifting. And that shift, as gentle as it may feel right now, is about to change everything you thought you knew about yourself and the life you have been living. This is not about age. This is not about time running out. This is about time finally catching up to who you were always meant to become. Growth 1. For as long as you can remember, you have been the one others leaned on. The stable one. The reliable one. The one who never seemed to falter even when the ground beneath you was shaking. And you wore that role well, didn't you? You carried it with a kind of dignity that most people can only dream of. But here is the thing that no one ever told you. Carrying everyone else's weight was never your purpose. It was your habit. And habits, no matter how noble they seem, can become chains if you hold on to them long enough. The moment you realize you are ready to grow is the moment you understand that strength is not about holding on. It is about knowing when to let go. Not of the people you love. Not of the values you hold dear. But of the version of yourself that believed you had to earn rest, that you had to prove your worth through sacrifice, that your value was measured by how much you could endure without complaint. Taurus, you have endured enough. The stars are not asking you to endure more. They are asking you to bloom. And blooming requires something that might feel uncomfortable at first. It requires softness. It requires you to stop bracing yourself for the next storm, and instead turn your face toward the sun that has been waiting for you all along. There is a tenderness in this season that wants to reach you. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is the kind of energy that sits beside you in the early morning, when the house is quiet and the world has not yet made its demands. It whispers that you are allowed to want more. Not more things. Not more responsibilities. More joy. More ease. More of the life that makes your heart feel full instead of heavy. You have spent so many years being strong for others that you forgot what it feels like to be strong for yourself. Not the kind of strong that lifts heavy things, but the kind of strong that says, I deserve gentleness. The kind that looks in the mirror and sees not just a survivor, but someone who is finally ready to thrive. This readiness did not come overnight. It has been building inside you for months, maybe even years. Every quiet moment of reflection, every time you caught yourself wondering if there was something more waiting for you, every evening you sat alone with your thoughts and felt a stirring you could not quite name, all of that was preparation. All of that was your soul getting ready for this exact moment. Growth 2. The second movement happening inside you right now is the release of old guilt. Taurus carries guilt like a stone in a pocket. Always there, always weighing things down, but so familiar that you barely notice it anymore. You feel guilty for wanting time alone. You feel guilty for not doing enough, even when you have done more than anyone could reasonably ask. You feel guilty for the dreams you never chased, the words you never said, the paths you never took. But guilt is not wisdom. Guilt is not loyalty. Guilt is simply the echo of a belief that says you are not allowed to put yourself first. And that belief, Taurus, that belief is a lie. It was planted in you a long time ago, perhaps by someone who needed you to stay small so they could feel big. Perhaps by a world that rewards self-sacrifice and calls it virtue. But you are old enough now, wise enough now to see through that illusion. Letting go of guilt does not mean you stop caring. It means you start caring about yourself with the same devotion you have always shown others. It means you stop apologizing for having needs, for having desires, for having a heart that still beats with longing even after all these years. Your longing is not weakness. It is proof that you are still alive, still growing, still reaching towards something beautiful. The stars are aligning in a way that makes this release not just possible but inevitable. You can feel it, can't you? That loosening in your chest. That quiet exhale that comes when you finally stop holding your breath. That is the guilt dissolving. That is years of unnecessary weight lifting off your shoulders. And in its place, something new is taking root. A feeling of permission. Permission to be happy without justification. Permission to rest without earning it first. Permission to live the rest of your life on your own terms. This is not selfishness. This is evolution. This is what it looks like when a Taurus finally decides that their own happiness matters just as much as everyone else's. And once you make that decision, truly make it deep in your bones, Nothing will ever be the same again. Growth 3. There is a third movement stirring in you now, and it has to do with how you see your own future. For a long time, you may have looked ahead and seen more of the same routines, the same patterns, the same quiet endurance that defined your earlier years. But something has changed. The horizon looks different now. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. You are beginning to see possibilities where you once saw only obligations. You are beginning to imagine a life that is not just manageable, but meaningful in ways that make your pulse quicken. Maybe it is a creative pursuit you have been putting off. Maybe it is a relationship that needs tending or ending or beginning. Maybe it is simply the decision to wake up each morning with intention instead of resignation. Whatever it is calling to you. And for the first time in a long time, you are not afraid to answer. That courage, Taurus, is not something the stars gave you. It was always inside you. The stars are simply shining a light on what was already there, illuminating the strength and the beauty and the quiet fire that has been burning in you all along, waiting for the right moment to be seen. Your future is not a place you arrive at. It is something you create with every choice, every breath, every moment of honesty with yourself. And right now, in this season of your life, the choices you make carry more weight than ever before. Not because time is running out, but because you are finally clear enough to make them well. The fog has lifted. The noise has quieted. And what remains is you. Pure, honest, ready. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Growth 4. The fourth movement is about your relationship with comfort. Taurus, you love comfort. You are drawn to it the way a river is drawn to the sea. Naturally, instinctively, without effort. But there is a difference between comfort that nourishes you and comfort that numbs you. And lately, you have been learning to tell them apart. The comfort that nourishes you is the warmth of a familiar voice, the softness of your favorite chair, the taste of a meal prepared with love. These things ground you. They remind you of who you are and what matters most. But the comfort that numbs you is different. It is the routine you follow without thinking, the conversations you have on autopilot, the days that blur together because you have stopped paying attention to them. Growth is what happens when you choose nourishing comfort over numbing comfort. When you say yes to the things that make you feel alive and no to the things that simply help you pass the time. It is not about giving up the life you have built. It is about waking up inside of it. It is about opening your eyes in the morning and truly feeling that this day matters. That you matter. That the small, sacred moments of your life are worth savoring instead of rushing through. This season is teaching you to be present in a way you have not been in years. Present to your own feelings. Present to the beauty around you. Present to the miracle of simply being here, breathing, existing, having the chance to begin again. Because every morning is a chance to begin again, Taurus. No matter how many mornings have come before, this one is new. This one is yours. And what you do with it will shape every morning that follows. The universe is not asking you to change who you are. It is asking you to remember who you are beneath the layers of habit and expectation and fear. Beneath all of that, there is someone extraordinary. Someone who has always known that life could be richer, deeper, more vibrant than the surface version you have been settling for. That someone is waking up now. And the world is about to meet them. Growth 5. The fifth movement involves the people in your life. Not all of them. Just the ones who matter most. The relationships that have shaped you, sustained you, sometimes wounded you. Taurus is loyal to a fault. And that loyalty has kept you connected to people and patterns that may no longer serve your highest good. This is not about cutting people off. It is about adjusting the balance. You are learning that love does not require you to disappear. That caring for someone does not mean losing yourself in the process. That the people who truly love you will not be threatened by your growth. They will celebrate it. And the ones who cannot handle the new version of you, they were never holding you. They were holding you back. This realization can be painful. Taurus does not let go easily. But the growth you are experiencing right now demands honesty. And sometimes honesty means admitting that a relationship has run its course, or that the dynamic needs to shift, or that you need space to breathe and become the person you are meant to be. The beautiful thing is that as you create this space, new connections begin to form. People who see you clearly. People who appreciate your depth, your warmth, your steadiness without trying to take advantage of it. People who give as generously as they receive. These connections are not replacements for the old ones. They are additions. They are the universe's way of showing you that the love you give so freely is also the love you deserve to receive. Your heart has room for all of it. The old and the new, the familiar and the unexpected. Trust that room. Trust your heart. It has carried you this far, and it knows exactly where to go next. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Growth 6. The sixth and final movement is perhaps the most powerful of all. It is the realization that readiness is not a destination. It is a decision. You do not become ready by waiting long enough. You become ready by choosing to begin. And you, Taurus, are choosing. Right now, in this moment, with every word you are absorbing, you are making the choice to grow. This does not mean everything will be easy. Growth never is. There will be mornings when the old patterns try to pull you back. When the familiar voice of doubt whispers that you are too old, too set in your ways, too late. But that voice is wrong. It has always been wrong. And now you know it. You are not too late. You are exactly on time. The universe does not make mistakes in its timing. And the fact that this message is reaching you now, in this season of your life, is proof that you are ready. Not almost ready. Not getting ready. Ready. The kind of ready that does not need permission from anyone else. The kind of ready that comes from somewhere so deep inside you that it cannot be shaken by circumstance or fear, or the opinions of people who have never walked in your shoes. This is your moment, Taurus. Not your last moment. Not your only moment. But a moment so significant, so charged with potential, that the choices you make in the coming weeks will ripple through the rest of your life. Choose wisely. Choose bravely. Choose yourself. The earth beneath your feet is solid. It has always been solid for you. But now, instead of just standing on it, you are ready to plant something new. A seed of intention. A seed of hope. A seed of the life you have been imagining in the quiet corners of your mind for longer than you care to admit. Plant it now. Water it with your attention. Give it the light of your belief. And watch with wonder and gratitude as it grows into something more beautiful than you ever dared to dream. You are not just surviving anymore, Taurus. You are becoming. And becoming at any age in any season is the most courageous thing a human being can do. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.